Hi class, I can't believe it's Thursday again already. How did that happen? This was a fast week. Let's talk about what happened last week and what we're going to move forward into in the next few weeks. First off, thank you for submitting your literature reviews and research questions last night. For everyone that submitted their research questions, you have received feedback. It's waiting for you in Canvas. I also tried to email it out to all the groups because I know it's a little bit confusing to check for feedback on assignments. So the feedback that is in Canvas has been emailed to you directly, just copied and pasted. Let me know if you have any questions about that feedback. If you did not receive feedback from me, it's because I did not receive your research questions. And I fully admit that is potentially not your fault because this was a really confusing assignment to submit with the folder disappearing and appearing, and anyway, there were some issues. If I didn't receive your research questions by 9 o'clock this morning, then I went ahead and emailed you. If one of your group members can just go ahead and reply all so everyone has those research questions and knows someone replied to me, I would greatly appreciate it. I want to make sure that I get you feedback on those research questions ASAP so that we can move on to the methods questions. So if you received an email requesting your research questions, please go ahead and email it to me at your earliest convenience, which hopefully is pretty soon, in the next 24 hours, and I'll go ahead and fix that. There will be no points penalized this time because of all the crazy things that went on with this. I do know that there are also crazy things that are going on with the literature review. There was a place to submit it twice. I apologize. I know these things are appearing and disappearing, and it's insanity. The switch from Brain Honey to Canvas, it's a little bit quirky. Try and work it out. If you see weird things, let me know, and we will make sure that we try and take care of it or adjust as necessary. So look through that feedback. Let me know if you have any questions. You should be receiving feedback on the literature review. My hope is by next Wednesday. It may take slightly longer just because there is significantly more grading and reading on the part of the instructor this week, but I'm going to do my best to be speedy and get you that information. What you do need to move forward with the methods section is solid research questions. So if you were asked to revise them, you need to do that before you move on to the methods section. If your research questions have been approved, then please go on to the methods section. Start thinking ahead. That methods section is due on February 20th. So you have a little bit of time, but don't let yourself get behind because the methods section is basically the roadmap for your project. You want this to be good. Remember, one of the hallmarks of great research is that it can be replicated so the results can be validated. In order to do that, your methods section needs to be awesome. It needs to be detailed, coherent, needs to flow, not like this sentence. And one of the ways we do that is we don't wait to write the methods section until the end of the semester. Several things to think about. We are going to conduct a survey. It is going to be exciting. Sometime at the beginning of March, we're going to do that survey. On February 27th, you're going to submit, looking at the calendar, we're going to submit the draft of your survey. And then on March doesn't want to appear. On March 6th, you will submit your IRB application. Then as soon as you receive approval from the IRB, we will begin moving forward with survey distribution and data collection. So things are happening fast. In order to be prepared for that to happen, you are going to need, let's go back to the right month. You are going to need to know who you are surveying. I recommend that you take one of two approaches. Either you select a simple random sample of BYU Idaho students as part of your IRB application, or you opt to survey people via social media. The reason that I suggest both of those things is because they both allow you to send out an electronic survey. The good things about an electronic survey is it collects all the data for you. You're not taking a pen and paper survey and then manually entering all of the responses. It is fast for you, easy for the person taking the survey. They can take it at home in their pajamas. If you can take it at home in your pajamas while you're waiting in the carpool line, whenever else you use your phone, you're more likely to take it than if I ask you to take out time out of your day to sit down and fill something out with a pencil. It's probably not going to get a really high response rate. So if you select that simple random sample from the BYU Idaho IRB, you will actually be sending your survey out in an email link. The directions will come from them as how to do that. If you decide to post it on social media and you're trying to get a specific group of people, for example, females ages 18 to 25, you'll just need to post that on your social media account with directions. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we move forward, but start thinking, who do I want to survey and how do I want to survey them? Let me emphasize, you want to use an electronic survey. You want to administer this survey via Google Forms or Qualtrics. You can get a free Qualtrics account, a full Qualtrics account through the university, and that has a lot of robust data analysis tools built into it. Google Forms also has some data analysis tools built into it, not quite as many as Qualtrics, but still very good. You do not want to use SurveyMonkey. It is not as nice and user-friendly. And you have these other two options that are excellent and free. So start thinking about that. Google Forms, Qualtrics, which one do you prefer? How do I want to survey my people? All of these things will go into the method section. You do not want to spend your time having people fill out surveys for this class. There will be a point in your life where I am sure that you will be having people fill out surveys in person. Please don't let that be for this class because it is very time consuming to convince enough people that they want to fill out your survey and then to sit down and enter all that data manually, especially because some of that data entry can be wrong. That will mess with your results. So how can we administer this electronically? Who do we want to administer it to? If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email, text me, message me through Canvas. I am happy to answer any of those questions. Next thing, we are working on the observational experiment discussion board. One thing about observational experiment, it requires that you observe people doing something, not that you play an active role in the experiment. For example, my family is getting ready to move. And we have to keep our house very, very clean because people are coming through to see it. So I've been experimenting on my kids this week about what happens when I clean their room. How long will it stay clean? Do they know that it's been clean? Do they even notice? And I've been getting different results from different kids. My daughter, who's 2, she keeps her room very nice and clean. She gets her books out and puts them back. My older son really wants to be clean, but 7 is a hard age for being clean, so he is attempting to make his bed, keep things as neat as possible. He does seem to notice that our house is cleaner than normal. And my 5-year-old, he doesn't care or doesn't notice. I don't know, one of the two. But as I observe his behavior, maybe he does notice because he seems to be making a bigger mess than usual. This is how your observational experiment can go. It is fast and simple. It is you watching how people react to different things. I posted the example of the soap on our bathroom counter, just seeing which brand of soap my family preferred more, what they were likely to do when presented with a soap option they didn't like. It can be as easy as that. Students in the past have put a dish in the sink and seen how long it has taken family members or a roommate to clean it up, left shoes in the middle of the floor and seen what people do. Watched people outside a grocery store and see who puts their cart back and who doesn't. Watched what people go into a grocery store during a certain time of day. Watched who opened the door as they walked into the MC on campus, things like this. It doesn't require that you ask people about anything. You are not talking to the people. You are watching what they do. If you're a mom going to the park, watch what other parents at the park are doing. Are they talking to each other? Are they on their phones? You can collect data that way. If you're sitting in an office, watch what your coworkers do throughout the day. This is meant to be easy, but it's meant for you to look and see that everything around us is observable information. So if you have any questions about your experiment in particular, please let me know. Remember that you do need to respond to that discussion board with 1 initial post and 2 follow-up posts in order to receive full credit. And I believe that is all of your posts are due by February 13th, which would be next Wednesday. So let me know if you have any questions or concerns about the class, assignments coming up, previous assignments, and we will make sure to get you that information. Have a great week. We'll talk next Thursday.